So that's also a very positive side. The quiz today is centered around the Independence Day, which means the freedom struggle and the people involved in the freedom struggle and their activities and the various important dates and characters. So it is. I don't know anything about what he has said. Don't circulate it. I tell you the dharma. Anybody who looks at their mobile phone and gives an answer will be disqualified. 3 questions. Okay, KP Mani. We will start the activity very soon, and as promised, there is lunch after that. Very good lunch, hosted by our MOF. So please stay back and enjoy the lunch.
Belated Independence Day wishes.
Thank you, sir.
Same to you. Before we start, I have just 2-3 things to say. The quiz is the more important thing. First things first, I am not a professional quiz master. I am a journalist, so my life does not revolve around quizzing or just quiz questions. It's certainly true that I have done quizzing for a very long time. I remember dozens of Saturdays in my school, after school at CFTRI, where my senior, Siddharth Mukherjee, and I, in the park, when no one is in the school, we would play quizzing for virtually the entire evening. So that's my only thing with quizzing. I've done a lot of quizzes, but I've done a lot of classroom teaching. And I can tell you that the last class was the equivalent of what Mr. Anix, which is Antakshari. So our Antakshari in my journalism classes are very different, the song and dance Antakshari. So in the class, what we would do was, if somebody says something, from one word of that sentence, I would ask a quiz question. And it would go on for nearly 1.5 to 2 hours. So that is the kind of quizzing I do, which I'm certainly very curious about the word. I stand on what quizzing is. Message behind this quiz. If you receive that message, I congratulate you. We are on this quiz. I don't want to make it do that. These are the prizes. It's a 5-inch bust of Gandhi. 2 books, fantastic 2 books, one on India and one on Mr. Vajpayee. About 60 minutes to do this whole thing. We have 25 questions. There are 3 trick questions. Okay. So although I'm not a professional quizzer, I do know some of these tricks of the trade. There are 3 trick questions. Every correct answer will get 10 points. So in all, if you answer 25 questions correctly, you should have 250 points. But so no Google, no ChatGPT, no Alexa, etc. You can consult your husbands and wives and girlfriends. But you have to mark all answers on a sheet of paper. Okay, and you please put down your name on top because that's very important. So that's number 1. How many colors are there in Indian tricolors? Let's go to number 2. Who was the 28-year-old woman? Number 2. Who was this 28-year-old woman? Was it 15th, 1947? Question number 2. Number 3.
Next, number 3.
Was it Swarajya? Who founded Swarajya? Anybody knows? Who founded called Evil and Bad Woman? Let me quote that magazine's editorial to you. Quote, "We do not at all agree that the flag should be acceptable to all parties and communities in India." Unquote. This is sheer nonsense. The flag represents the nation, and there is only one nation in Hindustan. Since which year has the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh hoisted the national flag atop its headquarters in Nagpur? Is it since its founding for citizens to hoist the flag on any day of the year? Which member of parliament secured the right for citizens to hoist the national flag on any day of the year? Where is the Union Jack that was lowered in Delhi on August 15, 1947, now kept? I presume is it kept at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which earlier used? 32 neutral. What were the votes cast for? Were the votes cast for Nehru to become India's first Prime Minister? This is one of my favorite questions. What was the last official action taken by Louis Mountbatten in his final minutes as Viceroy of India? Did he write to the Nizam of Hyderabad? Did he elevate some Nawab's wife? Some of these questions, like this previous one, obviously the Vallabhbhai quote, very important, very important. Was he against the banning of RSS after the killing of Gandhi? First East India Company ship that arrived in Surat in 1600. Who could have said this? Was it Winston Churchill? Against the British rule to protect Adivasi interests. It resonates a lot with me. Which English newspaper did not carry news of India? It was not on its front page. In fact, of Chandigarh, was it the Deccan Chronicle of Hyderabad, or was it the Hindu? 40 years in jail for various acts, but he eventually spent in all about 13 years, 10 in Andaman Islands and 3 in Ratnagiri in Maharashtra, years in prison. Discovered a few weeks back who previously owned a gun, used, and Mr. Gandhi could not duck. Was it Madan Lal Pahwa? Again, this is an attempt to clarify history. Who received Kamala Nehru? Kamala Nehru being Jawaharlal Nehru's wife, Indira Gandhi's mother for a very long time, when she landed there in 1935 for medical treatment. Who will Jawaharlal Nehru receive her? Was it her daughter? Nice question. When you enter Mysore city, whose portrait greets you as the first freedom fighter of India? Was it Chamarajendra Odier, who was as the first freedom fighter of India? I love it. Which renowned global thinker, debunked and dismissed reports that British army folk or British citizens in India, in Bangalore and Mysore in particular? Was it Karl Marx on the left? Again, good to look at this question closely. What book did Gandhi carry with him as he embarked on his fast at Naukhali? Was he carrying the Bhagavad, the worst violence? In fact, I forgot to start it. Today, as we stand here on August 16th, 2026, it is the exact 80th anniversary. On this day, 80 years ago, was this extraordinary spurt of violence which broke out in Calcutta and then spread to various parts of West Bengal. Or is Congress raided? Who was the year-old girl? 22. Who was the 22-year-old girl who announced these words? Was it Usha Mehta? Iconic figure. Was it brand ambassador? Iconic figure and a free is among a number of other products he endorsed.
Is there negative parking? No.
What links Muhammad Ali Jinnah in his career? What Deccan Herald newspaper in Bangalore? Super question. Although unfortunately I have made a mistake here, but it's okay.
Please repeat the question.
Which Indian cricket legend first stepped onto a cricket field in an international cricket field as a Pakistan level player wearing gloves? Super question for all non-Gandhi fans here. Which liquor brands have a tangential connection with India's freedom movement? Absolutely, finally, because I presume you are stepping out into lunch after this
No, there's still time.
because of reasons of food. X is a train robbery. Y is a famous Mughlai kebab. And both of them share the name of a place in Uttar Pradesh. Please swap your papers. Have we swapped papers? Nobody is in position on their own answer sheet. Okay?
Yes.
3 prizes, two big books, and one. No half marks, no 5 marks, no 6.
Correct, you're right.
Question number 1, the answer is C. Person you will see. Question number 2, the answer is C. Question number, which was approved by the, it was her flag which flew on Nehru's car, and it became a very good thing. We talk about Soraya Tyabji, who's not recognized enough. Badruddin Tyabji's wife. Badruddin Tyabji was an ICS officer. Doing this quiz, I promised you that there is a certain message which is sought to be sent to you to not ignore people, to recognize, to give due recognition to people. And that's a very important message for me personally speaking in this current atmosphere. Suraya Inkilab Zindabad came from Maulana Hazrat Mohani. Sarfarash called the national flag, the tricolor, as evil. The RSS only started hoisting the national flag. It was not Sushma Swaraj, but it was Naveen Jindal. In 1993, Naveen Jindal was stopped flag on his somewhere in Haryana. Okay, so that's when he took this matter to court and said that, look, if I am a citizen, I have every right to hoist the flag, and it doesn't have to be only on the day you choose. What has happened is that the khadi industry has gone for a toss. The Congress party then, and now the Union Jack, after being lowered. Question number 7, the answer is B. It's the party. Fantastic question. Number 8, the answer is B. It's absolutely final act on the morning of August. What a lovely anecdote.
Wonderful story. Yeah.
This is number 9, Vallabhbhai on the Indian Express, which says Pandit Nehru, undisputed political head, Kashmir to be a part of India. And that's when he came up with the quote saying, we have enough on our plate, we don't need more headaches on us. Okay? And he, of course, was also the famous lead concept of Hindu Rashtra. In 1949, Patel in Madras said, quote, it should be some general from the Indian Army. This is a trick question, nice trick question. The answer was C. You know, I purposely put in HMS Austin and West India for the East India Company. Rudyard Kipling. Birsa Munda, very easy question. The Hindu, a newspaper which the front page is full of advertisements. For a very long period of time, the Hindu only had advertisements on the how long did it? Super question. It was a trick question. That's why you see the X mark. B.S. Moni, he kind of genuinely his gun before it came to him. How it came to him, I don't know. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. One of the really great things you can see since 2014 is how brilliant the family of Bose is. No family in this country, and I say no one, including the Gandhis, no one has stood up to protest of Netaji Bose better than his grandchildren and grandnephews. Look at this thing and you'll come to your own conclusions. Bose, who then became an outstanding member of parliament for the Trinamool Congress, and 2 others, including the latest one, Krishna Bose's son, have worked very, very, very hard to prevent the Bose legacy, the Bose neighbor Mysore from Bangalore. Not just to India's independence, but to America's independence. And why? Their names are in textbook. The American freedom movement is worthy to be remembered. Beautiful question. Beautiful. Question number 19, again, trick question. The kind of books he read, Kipling, Stevenson, Goethe, English, Marathi, birds, my God, grammar, etc., etc. And so he took all those 4 books which are packed for him in his khadi. This was Usha Mehta. Said, if I can't give money for this, what will I do with this money? You know, so she gave her jeweler, you know, the jewels, and that's how Usha Mehta, a young 22-year-old girl, was able to questions. Rabindranath Tagore.
You got money.
It was what's the Jinnah Decameron? Pothan Joseph. This is KN very, very well. But this is Mr. Guruswami. You know, Mr. Guruswami was a rich man. He was running an excise business. There used to be a restaurant on MG Road called Jinnah started it in Delhi. He is the first editor of Dawn. Both a Delhi newspaper run by a Malayali, a Bangalore newspaper run by a Malayali. But still, Pothan Joseph was a legend many times over. Yes, sir. I would have not partitioned India.
See, Larry Collins writes, the records of Jinnah's all the medical records of Jinnah were known only to his lawyer and his doctor, that he knew he had tuberculosis. And they were locked up so that the Indians would not know about it, the Indian leaders.
Talk you even more. It was narrated to me by a great person. Asha Bhosle. Asha Bhosle's son-in-law was a man called Hemant Kinkre. Hemant Kinkre was and is a friend of mine. Hemant Kinkre was married to Asha Bhosle's daughter Varsha, and they split a few years later, but they were married. Hemant Kinkre was Sunil Gavaskar's first cousin. Asha Bhosle's son-in-law, Sunil Gavaskar's first cousin, was Hemant Kinkre. And Hemant Kinkre was a top-class cricket player. He played for Tata Steel, but he was the captain of one of India's finest cricket teams called Cricket Club of India, CCI. If you know of the Brabant Stadium in Bombay, we all know of Wankhede Stadium, but before Wankhede Stadium, there was something called the Brabant Stadium where they used to play Test cricket. And Brabant Stadium and CCI were very famous, hand up with Sachin Tendulkar. And that's how we entered this match, playing for Pakistan 11 versus CCI in Bombay. It was a rum brand created by General Dyer's father, Edward Dyer. The man who led the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, General Dyer, his father, Edward Dyer, started the Old Monk brand, which then became a part of the Mohan Beckins. Old Monk, United Breweries started Kingfisher in 18. United Breweries started in. Last question is Kakori.
Because I do write a little in various aspects, especially Kavite, Kavanagula, Shayari, published
In terms of intellect,
Number one, emotional part of it.
Yes.
Or even you may call it the ideological part of it. To sustain India, the emotion, all the great ideas.
In my membership as Vice Chancellor of the WhatsApp University.
When the old person who will say a couple of wise.
Sit down.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Suhrida of grade 7 and I would like to say I really loved the quiz. Thank you so much. Even though I might not have won a prize, I certainly learned a lot of new things and I don't know who you are, but I really love your words. As ma'am said, not just the big things, even the little details count a lot. And yeah, thank you.
Ambedkar and I gave a presentation on Iran. She came and asked me when.
Thank you all for those kind words. That's fine. Thank you very much. We have a small problem. The first prize is very clear. Second prize is very clear. But we have a tie for the third prize. The first prize is 140 marks out of 250. The second one is 130. And there are two people who have got 120 marks each. 120 each. So I have to ask a tiebreaker question.
And both
to
those-
Dr. Mohammed Humayun. Sudarshan, a question. Do you want an easy question or a hard question?
What a question. What a question.
Huh? Next question, say.
Who's the other person?
Both are here. Both are here.
Richard Attenborough. Who's the hero is the obvious answer. Ben Kingsley. The googly is this question. Pankaj Kapoor dubbed for Ben Kingsley in the Hindi edition of Gandhi. Pankaj Kapoor.
There is some error here.
Starring Ben Kingsley. Dubbed for Ben Kingsley in the Hindi version of Gandhi. Pankaj Kapoor. In the Hindi version of Gandhi, who dubs for Pankaj Kapoor when he says Hey Ram when he dies? Okay, let me rephrase that. In the English version, there's Ben Kingsley. Gandhi dies, he says Hey Ram. Those words in Hindi edition, who dubs for Pankaj Kapoor when he says Hey Ram?
It's a guess actually, not
Yeah,
sure.
either way.
If you get it right, you're winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amitabh Bachchan?
Hey Ram, the voices of Richard Attenborough. Today he is a full-fledged Bhakt, Anand Mahindra. Okay? His company is called and was called Mahindra and Mahindra. What was M&M before partition?
So it was Mohammed and Mahendra.
Excellent. But Mohammed came away and it became Mahindra and Mahindra. If it interests you, it's a very Kotak Mahindra. Why is it called Kotak Mahindra till recently? Because when Uday Kotak wanted to start the bank, he had just come back from the US, he needed some money, and Anand Mahindra lent him some money. So that's why for a law it's called Kotak Mahindra, although percent of 5%. First prize is Badri Narayan Krishnan. Badri Narayan Krishnan gets this bronze of Gandhi.
I must also share. I must also. Thank you very, very. This on popular demand.
Dr. Pawan Kumar who gets 130. And you get book. India is broken. This goes to Dr. Mohammed. He gets a copy of with 110 marks. Price Sudarshan, thank you.
Yeah.
Sudarshan. Shashidhar. A lovely book on Anurag Gulse by Dinendra Jha. Fantastic book for Professor Umakati.
I receive it from you. Thank you, sir.
So, what is in my mind?